Good morning, good morning, good morning, East Coast. Checking in with a whopping 49 degrees this morning. Look at that beautiful sun. Looks lovely. A little late getting started to work this morning, but, I'm exactly where I need to be, sir. You are really straddling two lanes there. Okay, so I digress. So this morning, I just really wanted to reflect on a conversation I had with my daughter last night. So she's planning her 26th birthday, 26 spritz, whatever, something like that. It's pretty catchy, to be honest. And she wants to have it in the backyard. And she asked her father's sister to do the cooking. Now, long story short, her father and I are no longer together. And I don't really, I'm not too fond of his sister. So my daughter says, Ma, as she was in the living room when she's planning stuff, she's like, Ma, could you please try to be nice, when my aunt gets here. So I explained to her, and again, this is where my friend kicks in, and this is where I feel everybody in their life should have one of him in their life. So I was of a big girl age when I found out the difference between a nice person and a kind person. And I say this because my whole life probably I thought I was a nice person. I just kept saying, I'm a nice person, I'm a nice person. But when you actually understand the true definition of a nice person versus a kind person, most people should want to be kind. So a nice person is definitely, a good person who wants to genuinely be, a people pleaser and please everybody. And that's virtually impossible. It's really impossible to always say yes when sometimes you want to say no. And being a nice person, you compromise who you are sometimes genuinely because you want to make the other person happy, right? And my daughter knows that's just not my makeup. So a kind person might tell you like the difficult truth because, most times it'll help you grow. And a nice person will just, avoid saying things because it makes the other person feel uncomfortable, which is not a good way to be. And again, I was of a big girl age when I actually could make that distinction. So when I tell you a blessing, this man is truly a blessing. So I told my daughter that I will approach the situation in whatever spirit, God puts on my heart the day that she arrives. Now, again, my intent is not to be a not nice person, but I'm a kind person. So unfortunately, whatever's going to happen is destined to happen. And we're just going to leave it at that. I think she was pleased with that compromise. But at the end of the day, the message today is if it's between being a nice person and a kind person, I'm going to choose kind every day. Until next time, stay cool.